My name is Abel Sierra. I am 43 years old. Um, I came to Christ, I want to say like probably 12 years ago. That's when I got baptized. Um, 12 years ago, yes. And I have four boys and a beautiful wife, Denise Sierra. Um, we all serve the Lord. I try to help out in my church. Um, I'm not perfect, striving to be. Um, Want to just give you guys a little info of what I used to be before I met God. Um, I was a trouble kid. I was always fighting, going to jail because my dad did put me in boxing when I was a child. So my hands got registered as a Golden Glove champion. So every time I punched a kid, I go to jail because I got trained to use my hands. So yeah, I was always fighting in school, out of school. Uh, got wrapped up in drugs, selling drugs. Went from selling, using, drinking. That's all I seen around my family, my physical family. Uh, I met my wife. I took all my problems into that marriage. It wasn't built on a foundation. It was like weak. Um, Took all my addictions into that relationship. Um, my wife stood by my side, fighting with me through thick and thin, taking me out of jail every time I went in. It's nothing to be proud of, you know. It's an embarrassing moment of my life, but I mean, God put me to live that where I can be here to tell others how good He is and how He changed my life. So, I mean, the last time I can remember, me and my wife were getting into it. She told me she no longer wanted to be a part of my life. So I don't know what I ended up doing. Probably went to go get drunk or something. Got locked up in Edinburgh. So when I was in jail in Edinburgh, I got into fights in there. So they put me in like the trouble EDSAG, what it's called. Well, it was a 52-man cell, and one man ran the whole 52-man cell. Ended up, it was like a Christian, you know. He was, yes, he did his mistakes. He did a triple homicide. He was gonna throw life in prison, so he was there for a moment to go upstate to go through his sentence of life in prison. But that man was preaching in that 52-man cell, and so every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, he'll get up, wake everybody up in the dorm. We'll read the Bible and pray before breakfast at 6. So we did that for like almost, I'm gonna say about a month and a half. And so in all that month and a half, just hearing about God on the 24/7. I mean, this man was really, like, he was just on us and just like preaching to us and preaching to us. Well, that's where I felt like God's presence. And I said, wow, you know, like this is God talking to me, and look where I'm at. I'm in jail. So that's where I felt the touch. So when I got out of jail, my wife, she didn't want to be no part of me. But when I got home to pick up my rest of my belongings, well, she ended up telling me, you know, get your things and go out, like leave already. So I got my things and I walked out. Moments later, she comes crying to me, and she told me that God had touched her in her heart and says, treat him like he's my son. So then she comes back to me and she asks me to forgive her. And I was like, no, you should be forgiving me. So then she gave me a second chance. Well, like multiple chances. So, but that was the last one before I turned over the reins to God, you know, because I was going into destruction. I mean, I was already in jail. I was already wrapped up in all the wrong places. I was in a deep hole and getting deeper and deeper. And yeah, God is a wonderful God to serve. I mean, He takes us from the bottom, the lower the dirt, up to the sky. I mean, the sky is the limit. I mean, God is, He's wonderful. So my change, praying to God, I run across Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who empowers me. That what really touched me and just made me the man who I am today. Ain't robbing, ain't drinking, ain't smoking, just living for the Lord. So then I could just say I have 4 wonderful, beautiful boys. They went totally opposite from their father. Never touched the cigarette, never drank, nothing. Showing them the right way, showing them God is the light and the truth. And that's the only way to go. And then my wife, I mean, thank you, honey, for putting up with me for all these years, over 20 years.